Okay guys, this is how I understand the new system is going to work. Once you have chosen something and put it on your bot, that is what you're going to have to stick with. So heavy armor APFS, once you choose that as a T1, that is what you're going to have to upscale to T2 to T3. And same on any other parts of the bot. Now once you have all T1s on it, you can make it into a T2. All those T1s and stuff that you had on the bot will stay on the T2 bot as you add to it, plus you get a new slot. So you can add something to the new slot, but then you're going to have to stick with heavy armor and light armor on that throughout the whole rest of that bot's life, because that's permanent in that system. So this is how this is going to work. And as you go up, you can get new slots, add different things, or upgrade what's already there. Now, if you had already something like an accelerator, a T2, you can upgrade that to T3. Or the new slot should make something different. But once you make those choices, it's going to be permanent. So this is kind of running down what the different bots would look like and what you would get. I chose for a new slot a medium armor on this one. So then still have to stick with heavy, light, medium now throughout this whole bot. So as a couple other things as I understand it, if you have a T2 bot and put a T3 item on it, that's going to continue on to when you upgrade to T3 bot and stay there. Now, if you also put a T1 on a T3 bot, you can upgrade that T1 to T2, T3, etc. Now, the only thing that's not going to be permanent is when you put your weapons on there. But it's going to be the exact same system when you use a weapon. If you put several different things on that weapon, it's going to be permanent too. Just the weapon itself on the bot is going to be the thing that's not a permanent stick. So next would be what's going to happen to our hangers. As I understand it, the hangers that we have when we enter the new 1.5 patch will have a 1 chance time to remove the items and reset it up. Now the hangers itself, you're going to start getting bots set up different ways. I'm going to have one with all APFS, or maybe one with all heat armor, or one with all speed, one with heavy armor and slow. These setups are going to be all throughout the hanger. Now, I'm not sure exactly how they're going to differentiate each one of these bots. If you have something like 6 T3 males and how you're going to look at it and see them yet, but that's how this system is going to work. You're going to have different setup bots in your hanger. Now I'm going to give an example of a few things I would like to see at least. Now you take something like this hammer that you have something like 2 feeders and a magazine on it. Well, what happens is as you put these items on, they change. The feeder remains the same. It's going to be the same decrease. But each time you put a feeder on, the magazine would be a different effect if it was the second item or the third item. So that's what I'm showing you right here. We're going to look at putting a feeder on there, or what the magazine is listed at to start with. And that's this right here. I think it's positive 0.4 seconds or whatever it was. But then you put a feeder on here and you look at that same item. Now you're going to be getting a negative value. And it's not that much difference. But then you put another feeder on there and you end up with this finished value of what it's going to be as a total of 0.32 seconds overall, and then 1 something seconds minus. Now you can't see this when you're doing that without permanently putting these items on there. So this I don't like. Now there's a couple other little minor things like right now automations don't work. They break. Now who wants to have a broken item on there that's permanently on there when we have problems like bugs with that, and how's that going to be dealt with?